Welcome back to the Gopher Pregame Show.
Welcome back into the Gopher Pregame Show, everybody. Special guest joining me now, tight end Jameson Geers here with us on the Gopher Pregame Show. Jameson, it has been a great couple of weeks for you guys after the opener against North Carolina. You bounced back with 2 straight wins, the latest one, a 27-0 victory over Nevada. Walk us through that game and how you guys were able to dominate the way you did.
Yeah, I think our week 3, we just kind of learned from everything that we went through the first 2 weeks. We learned that the importance of executing and playing as hard as we can, and ultimately not getting the result we wanted week 1. But then, you know, looking back at our process and going back through the week of practice and everything, like just preparing for the game and stuff like that. And then we played, you know, clean, I feel like, in week 2 and week 3. You know, obviously, you know, we put up some points, and our defense, like, they played really well, and we kind of just, like, felt the confidence, and we had confidence in ourselves to go out there and make plays. And then, you know, I think we're reliable right now, and we all have our, like, cohesive unit, and we communicating much better throughout the first couple of weeks. So
you kind of said a key word there a moment ago. You said growth. You know, PJ Fleck talks about growth from week to week, seeing growth from week to week in progression. What are you seeing in terms of growth from your team as the weeks have gone on here so far?
Yeah, I think just being out there together and just like going through, you know, mistakes and stuff like that and learning from it, obviously. That's the biggest thing, like being out there and, you know, like taking it all in and then just executing, and then when things happen, you learn from it on the sideline and then you respond to it on the game. So I think that throughout these past 3 weeks, like growing from like failure and you know, making mistakes and stuff like that has definitely helped us, I think, as an offense, and then just playing with confidence and executing.
Now, you play tight end, but you mentioned the defense. Back-to-back shutouts. How much does that kind of gear up and galvanize the team? And PJ Fleck talks a lot about complementary football, playing great complementary football. When you see the defense go out and perform the way they have, how much does that really kind of enter your mind, like, hey, we got to do our part too?
It absolutely does. When you see like guys out there that on our defense, how they play, it's just so easy to go out there and match them because, hey, I want to play like those guys. And so when we go out there as an offense, we want to be on the field as long as possible. And, you know, they're obviously doing their job by, you know, 3 and outs and stuff like that. Being on the field as short as possible. So we want to go out there and, you know, make plays, score touchdowns. And just watching them and how they've played the past 3 weeks, I think it really gives us as an offense a lot of confidence, and, you know, just being able to go out there and be ourselves and not have to worry about anything else and just executing and making plays.
Speaking of confidence, your quarterback, Max Brosmer, looks like he's settled in pretty nicely here over the last couple of weeks. What's it like playing with him? And kind of walk us through what your role and what it's like being you in this offense.
Yeah. Well, Max is a great leader. He obviously hasn't even been here a year yet, but I feel like he's been here, you know, for much longer than that. Throughout this whole off season, you know, I was hurt and wasn't able to do much during spring ball, but, you know, I was always learning from him, and we always have conversations. And throughout the off season, when I came back from injury, we did a lot of stuff. We did a lot of unrequired work together. We just kind of built up a relationship on and off the field that I think is now, it's paying the dividends now on the field on Saturdays. And yeah, just my role, I think it's to be the most versatile player, versatile tight end, you know, be in the run game and be a presence in the pass game, be able to do pretty much anything that they ask me to do, run block and pass game. So I think that when I'm out there on the field, defenses can't really tell what we're doing from like concept perspectives, but I think that is definitely like one of my biggest aspects.
Now, I know it's rivalry week here on campus. I don't really have to say much. I mean, really the only word I have to say is Iowa, and I think everybody knows how big this game is year in and year out. You guys got a win in Iowa last year. Been the first time in a while. First time PJ Fleck has won, you know, the bacon, as everybody loves to have bacon around here in the college campus of the University of Minnesota. But when you look at this week's game and this year's opponent, what stands out to you when you study Iowa on film?
I think just how both of our programs run. we play extremely hard. Sound football. I remember from a couple years ago, not one penalty in our game with them. So I think that they play extremely hard, and the room for error is super small, smaller than any week we've had this year, obviously. And I think that the keys are just going to be able to execute and match their how and play with more how than them.
Yeah, defensively, I mean, we all know how good this program has been defensively, talking about Iowa. I mean, we joked, us in the media and out the college football fans, this is a team that can go out and win games 9-6 every week if they wanted to. But when you look at their defense in particular, what are some of the things you think you guys might be able to do to keep them off balance?
Well, I think we do a great job just scheme-wise with our being able to complement the pass and run. So I think obviously explosive plays are going to help, especially a defense like theirs. Scoring when we have the ball is what we have to do. We have to score with the opportunities we get. And we have obviously full trust in our defense that they'll play elite. And so our job as an offense is to go down there and put points on the board. And they're obviously really good at taking the ball away, but that's what we have to focus on. We have to focus on us, and we have to focus on being the best offense week 4 as we can.
What would a win against Iowa mean for this team?
It would mean everything, honestly. We have so many guys in the program that, you know, live for this, and that's why you come to Minnesota, is for these games, these rivalry games, and you play for the whole state, and you play for the guys next to you, and the families and the Gopher football players before us. And so that's who we play it for, and obviously we definitely don't take it lightly, you know, coming into this game with the Pig.
Brevin Ford was here last year. He was here for a number of years previous to that. Tight end, now made the Dallas Cowboys roster as an undrafted free agent. What's your relationship like with Brevin? What did you learn from him during his time here? What was your reaction when you saw him make the final roster for the Cowboys?
Yeah. Well, first off, I definitely wasn't surprised. You know, I've been learning from Brev ever since I got here, for multiple years, and he was a great leader. He was a phenomenal guy. He taught me everything. You know, he would stay after practice when I was a freshman and go over stuff that I needed to get better at. It was like a big brother to me. I was always watching him. You know, every rep that he did, you know, I was thinking in my mind, like, what would I do? And, you know, how can I take the things that he did well and implement it into my game? And so now I think that now he's at the next level. I mean, it just shows what kind of player and person he is. And, you know, he's going to be there for a long time.
Well, Jameson, we certainly appreciate you taking the time. Best of luck this week against Iowa. And who knows, maybe you guys will be 3-1 by the time next week rolls around. We appreciate you taking the time. Thank you so much, Jameson.
Thank you.
When we come back here on the